It's Oscar season and I'm excited, and we're talking about the Best Supporting Actor category here on Screen Junkies News. Today's episode of Screen Junkies News is brought to you by the Uncarrier, introducing T-Mobile One, all unlimited, all in. So we ran a poll about who people think is going to win Best Supporting Actor at the Oscars. Plus, we want to tell you our thoughts too. Joining me is the wonderful Roth Cornet.
Hello, thank you so much for being here today, Alicia, with your brilliance.
Anytime you're talking Oscars, I'm like, I'm there. I'm there for sure, because this is my favorite thing to do. It really is like my fantasy football.
It is, and I think this is a fun season for a lot of people because a lot of people do Oscar polls, right? And typically it's on the major categories, which we're going to run down bit by bit. Mm-hmm. And so if you follow this woman's advice, I think you'll be in pretty good shape to win.
Although this year there could be some surprises, which makes it much more interesting. So looking at Best Supporting Actor, just recapping who's actually nominated: Mahershala Ali for Moonlight, Jeff Bridges for Hell or High Water. You've got Lucas Hedges for Manchester by the Sea, Dev Patel for Lion, and Michael Shannon for Nocturnal Animals. Roth, let's start with your personal pick. Who do you think is going to win this category?
I think it's going to be Mahershala Ali. Now, let me add to that, because I also really thought it was going to be Mahershala Ali at the Golden Globes, and it ended up being Aaron Taylor-Johnson, and quite a bit of a surprise. Mm-hmm. Now, Dev Patel won the BAFTA, which has nothing to do with the Academy Awards, because the voting block that will really be indicative of what will happen in the Academy Awards is SAG. Mm-hmm. And Mahershala Ali won the SAG Award for Best Supporting Actor. So I'm sticking with it. I think it's Mahershala Ali. I love that film, and it's a beautiful performance. And also, a little bit, we've talked about this before, it's kind of a Lifetime Achievement Award for him. He has such a big career. Absolutely.
And just this year, Mahershala Ali, I mean, he's also in Hidden Figures, which could be a way to have a nod for Hidden Figures at the same time. Oscar does that a lot. I think it's going to go to Mahershala Ali. His performance in Moonlight's incredible. He has won, as you said, the SAG Award, which has a huge crossover, the voting body, the SAG, with the voting body of the Oscars. That's why we talk about that in general. Lucas Hedges won the Critics' Choice Award. Michael Shannon so far hasn't won anything, but he is incredible in Nocturnal Animals. Jeff Bridges too, he hasn't picked up any awards, but he has got strong support, obviously, from voting communities. The Oscar nominations are still out there. The voting has not closed just yet, but I'm going to go with Mahershala Ali.
I think this one I feel pretty confident about. Mm-hmm. Now, you always could be wrong, but this one I feel more confident about than some of the other awards, which feel a little more up in the air. Yeah. I will say, I was glad that Aaron Taylor-Johnson did get the Golden Globe, though at least the nomination, though I was thinking Mahershala Ali would win. Because that was such a great performance on his part. That's probably the best performance I've ever seen from Aaron Taylor-Johnson. Just to amend that a little bit, I mean, I'm glad that he was nominated for that Golden Globe and it got some attention on that performance.
Were you surprised he wasn't nominated for an Oscar?
Instead of Michael Shannon, it seems like it had to go between him and Michael Shannon. And I think that probably it went towards the person that's had the longer, more established career as an actor. And he's a tremendous actor. We all know that. I think Aaron Taylor-Johnson, people are a little bit on the fence about as an actor. And this is one of those roles where you go, I mean, I really like him, actually. I think if you look at him in Nowhere Boy, and he's got quite a bit of range. Most people probably know him from Godzilla or Quicksilver, and Kick-Ass. So I think this performance should open doors for him that maybe weren't previously open. That's my hope. But again, Mahershala Ali is my pick, both personally and the one I think will win.
Well, we ran this poll, so we have the results from you guys about what you thought. And the winner is Mahershala Ali. People agree with us. It was Mahershala Ali, followed by Dev Patel. Michael Shannon was next, Jeff Bridges, and bringing up the lead was Lucas Hedges. So people agree with our choice, and I do think this is one of the categories that I feel pretty confident about.
Yeah. Some people, it's interesting though, because then there's always kind of dissenting opinions or things that people question about the Academy Awards. We want to get into a little bit of that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we had some comments on this poll and we picked out ones that we personally want to defend, that we agree with. So starting with the one that I picked, it's from Wensley Tall, who basically says what I think, which is Oscar needs a new rule when it comes to deciding supporting actor category. It says basically if you are not in the movie for more than a third, you shouldn't be nominated. This in particular relates to Dev Patel, and I feel the same. Now, when Oscar voters get their screeners and their information to start looking at the movies and decide who they want to pick, they get the suggested for your consideration from these studios. Mm-hmm. The studios are very particular about how they place those people, and often they will think about the other performances that might be nominated and whether their star has a better chance in this category versus that one.
Yeah.
So sometimes it does get tricky. It's not just down to screen time, though I think it should be.
Yeah, and it's funny because I've talked to some of the PR reps and behind these campaigns, and I worked for a period of time for an award site in contention that is now on Variety. And they're expensive.
Yeah.
Campaigns for award season are very expensive. And so the studio's picking bets, especially on a film that doesn't have that much of a budget behind it. If you're talking about something like, do you remember at the final Harry Potter film, Warner Brothers was really pouring money into getting an Academy Award nomination for Alan Rickman.
Yep.
Because they wanted that validation on that franchise, right? And they thought that was their best bet. They poured money on it. And Warner Brothers has a lot of money. But if you're looking at a film like Lion that doesn't, and they want, ultimately what they want is attention on the film. They want people to see it. They want more. They want more returns, financial return.
And it definitely helps. The awards nominations lead to box office results.
So they're picking the bet that they think they can not necessarily win, but at least that he'd get a nomination in that category versus Best Actor. So I kind of get their perspective. I get what people are saying, like it doesn't seem fair.
Yeah.
But I sort of get it.
I get it. I think that Dev Patel in Lion is the lead.
He is the lead, there's no doubt.
They're pushing Sonny Pawar for the lead, the little boy. And I think maybe if you broke down the actual screen time, they probably have about the same, or I'd say Dev would have more actual screen time. I think Dev should be nominated for Best Lead Actor. His performance in Lion, heartbreaking. Yeah. He's already had an incredible career, but with Lion, it was like, wow, he's really become this man and this actor who's so comfortable in his own body.
Yeah.
Plus, he does an incredible Australian accent, which, if you listen to
you want to
Roth's
hear it? I'm Alicia Malone. Hello, I'm Alicia Malone.
No.
Hello, Roth. How you doing? Pretty terrible.
Really terrible.
Shows what a good actor he is.
Exactly, and he made it sound natural too, and he was very good at it. So I think Dev Patel should have been nominated for Best Lead. I agree with Wensley Toll that there should be more of a rule around these things, but as we explained, that's why they do it.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to speak up for a man of appropriately few words. Jimmy M simply says, hell or high water. Fair enough, Jimmy. I agree. Here's what I think Jimmy's saying, and please correct me if you're wrong, is that, so Jeff Bridges was nominated for Hell or High Water. He is Jeff Bridges, and not surprisingly, delivers an incredible performance in this film. But I think the overall sentiment here is Hell or High Water should have had more attention this year. And it's gotten some now, actually, and it's actually made quite a bit of money. But this is a great, very subtle film, and I'm very gratified to see that more people, and that's what we were just saying.
Yeah, it's a small movie.
It's a small movie. It's a subtle film. These are great performances.
But where would you put Chris Pine as the lead? Would you say Ben is a co-lead?
So this is where it would get tricky, right? Because I love Jeff Bridges in this film, and there's one little moment, I don't want to spoil anything, I think you'll probably know what I mean. There's one moment that to me tips him ahead that he should be the one with the nomination, but Ben Foster gives an extraordinary performance in this film. I would say Chris Pine is the lead, and that Ben Foster and Jeff Bridges are both the supporting.
Yeah.
But it's really all around a great cast. It's a tremendous, subtle, very simple story in a way, but it speaks to a piece of America that isn't spoken for, right? It represents a part of American culture that we don't see a lot.
Yeah, that's what Taylor Sheridan does, the screenwriter who also wrote Sicario and then a movie coming out later this year called Wind River. He really does look at these sections of America that don't get much screen time. Plus, it harkens back to the classic Western.
Classic Western, yeah, in a beautiful way that works to modernize it, I think. So I agree with you, Jimmy. Hell or high water?
Hell or high water?
Hell or high water?
Don't try. I won't do my American accent if you don't do that. So
no promises.
Those are our picks. We're both saying Mahershala Ali is who we think is going to win the Best Supporting Actor category. And from our poll results, it seems you guys agree with us too. But we want to hear more from you. So let us know in the comments below exactly what you think. Roth, Cornet, thank you so much.
Thank you, Alicia Malone.
Anytime you need someone to talk Oscars, I'm here with you. We'd like to thank our sponsor, T-Mobile. T-Mobile One is all unlimited, all in. Switch today.